I love you guys so much. And I appreciate all of your support. And you will... all that stupid shit that I did in the past, like throw mic stands and you know what I mean, like just be stupid. Yeah, I hope that's still in the past. I hope I don't do anything stupid in recent news, you know, because then it'll just give people more reason to talk shit about me. And hopefully we could get past that one day. Since 2006, I used to be nervous that people wouldn't like me. They think that I was they think that I was a bad person, that I was a bad friend, I was a bad guy, I was an overall just not a good human being. And I strived to make people think, or not even think, to hopefully people would see that that's not the case. Do you understand? And then one day I woke up recently and I realized that, wow, it's never gonna stop. People are never gonna stop supporting me because I'm not a bad person. If I was a bad person and I did all those things that people said I did, I would not have the friends that I have right now. Can you imagine all the friends that support me publicly thinking that I did all those things? What kind of fucking people those people would be. Imagine the kind of person a person knowingly supporting a fucking straight up murderer would be. Or a racist homophobic. Imagine what kind of person that person would be. Fucking good-hearted people would never support that, man. I had friends that got caught fucking talking to underage girls, man. And guess what? I'm not their friend anymore. They were good people in my eyes. They were good friends. Not good friends, but every time I saw them, I'm like, yo, what's up, man? You're a good guy. I fucking, in my head, I'm like, ah, this guy's so cool. This guy's so badass. Then some shit comes out, and then before I did my judgments, I made sure it was true. I was like, damn, dude, I can't be your fucking friend anymore. Because I'm not going to support that shit. Where my patience needs to come in. I need to learn patience. You know what another secret that I've learned is? Being aware of your shortcomings too. Some people are just so unaware of what things they need to work on with themselves. I think that's a big deal. I need to work on my patience, my understanding. It's a big problem. It's one of my biggest issues. It's probably what's gotten me into the most trouble. Not being able to contain myself. Not being able to contain myself. That, like, on the internet, when somebody talks shit, when they clearly are being disrespectful and they clearly need to shut the fuck up, and I have to literally check them, and I don't want to, but you know, that's one thing I need to control. Been doing pretty good lately, for the most part. I do just an average Joe kind of person that works like at a normal job, 9 to 5 kind of thing, that nobody is not in the pub guy. When they go and tell somebody to kill themselves, and then you have like a guy of celebrity status or musician or whatever attack them back and defend themselves, and then people are like, you're a dickhead. The celebrity guy's a dickhead for defending themselves because they have more of a platform. So it's like almost like, well, why aren't you getting mad at this guy for telling him to kill himself? He's like, because he's not successful and famous? Aren't they supposed to be equal? We're all equal. Why isn't this guy getting shit? And people are like, well, you have a platform and you shouldn't be promoting bullying. Or should I be promoting to fucking stand up for yourself? That's what I'm promoting. I'm not bullying. I'm fucking standing up for myself. And then some people are like, but you're too big for that. You need to ignore it. And it's like, who wrote that rule? What do you mean you're too big for something? You need to pretend like it doesn't exist. Okay, so since I'm so cool and famous and fucking badass or whatever you want to call it, I gotta pretend like something doesn't affect me. You know what I mean? So I gotta act like I'm above them, which makes it even worse. Which in turn is like a cyclical battle between like pretending like I'm above them, which makes me have an ego even more in their eyes. It's okay to be a comedian. It's okay to be funny, but there's always a balance. There's always taking shit too far. Just like banning Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. I think that's too far. Right? There's also making jokes about people that can go too far. It's all right, though. You shouldn't be afraid in my chat to joke around. You're allowed to joke. Just don't be fucking too disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? You can make any jokes you want, just as long as it's like fucking not obviously ridiculous. Kirstein, that's a very intelligent, informative, and insightful way of looking at it. He says, I think cancel culture ultimately comes from the desire for some... Can you guys stop typing? Holy shit. You're good. Keep typing. I think cancel culture ultimately comes from the desire for some semblance of control, since we tend to feel like we don't have any. Correct. People want to control. That's a good way to think of it too, Hammer. Literally anything that's been relatively big has been canceled at some point. People envy success and try to drag things down. I never thought of that. Marilyn Manson was canceled back in the... It wasn't called canceled back then. Eminem was canceled back in the day. Marilyn Manson was canceled back in the day. Kiss was canceled. They were satanic. Damn, history repeats itself. It's just in a different form here. You're making me think. You're making me think. Maybe nothing has changed. We're just looking at it in a different perspective. Wow. But I just realized, yeah. That's crazy. I never thought of it like that. When something gets big, it gets too big, and then people try to take it down so they can have some semblance of control. Like Elvis Presley. They didn't put Elvis's hips on TV because they thought it was too sexual back in the day. I never thought of that. Yeah, people just been getting canceled there, like for since the beginning of rock and roll. Two Live Crew was banned in the USA. I did not know that. This is good food for thought, dude. I see. It's just a different. It's just history repeating itself. We're just viewing it in a different way. Never thought of it like that. So cancel culture has always existed. Okay. Yeah, so if Two Live Crew was banned from the USA, that means they were canceled. So they lost income and they lost money because of their content that they were creating. So they were canceled. And that was a long time ago. That makes a lot of sense. It's starting to make me think that maybe cancel culture was not invented 7 years ago. It was always there inside of everyone. Maybe it's just a common human interaction that we have when topical things that, offend people. Damn, dude. I want to just say thank you guys for 4,125,000 monthly listeners on Spotify.